Hello YouTube, it's William. Welcome to another kit video. A few years ago I bought a little aluminum kit that had an O-ring in it and it had little clips on it. And I found some more on eBay and I bought them. Bought me a couple of them actually. I found that they were perfect little pocket kits, and that's what we're going to talk about today, is a pocket kit. Now when I'm in the woods, and you've probably seen other videos, but I always wear big cargo pants, and in the pockets I usually have some sort of a possibles kit or a survival kit, if you want to call it that, which I don't think that they're survival kits. I think there's nothing you can put in there to help you survive very long at the time. But I usually have a drum liner, one of the 55-gallon heavy-duty drum liners in one pocket. And in the other pocket I have some sort of kit, and this is the new one. This is the kit that I carry in my pocket. Let me reposition the camera. We're going to go through the contents of it. We're going to weigh it, and they also claim that they're waterproof, so we're going to test that out as well. So stay with me. Okay, first of all we're going to weigh it, and let's get it on ounces. Let's see what this thing weighs. So it's 20 ounces as packed right now. So that's you want to go pounds, so it's like 1 1/4 pounds. Okay. So I'll move this out of the way. Basically, I just got a rubber band. This is just a rubber band, just to hold it all together. Of course, a ferro rod with some duct tape, about 1 inch wide duct tape. It's actually Gorilla duct tape, so it's very tough stuff. Good for everything. It's actually good for tinder and starting fires and all kinds of stuff. And this, you've probably seen it if you ain't seen any of my videos before, but this is of course you can see what it is. It's a Jack Link's 1 pound beef jerky bag, and they're practically bomb proof. I mean, these things are tough. Okay, and I mean it's a container. It's I can put all this stuff in here and carry it all out of my pockets if I needed to. Carry water, just a ton of things that these are good for. So I've always got one of these bags somewhere in my kit, at least one, and a lot of times I have 2 or 3. Okay, and this is just a Ranger band. It's just an inner tube, bicycle inner tube that I cut in 2. Cut about 1 inch wide strip off of it, and it just holds it together. And on the bottom I've got a roll of some more duct tape wrapped around an old credit card or some type of card, maybe an old ID card, I'm not sure. But anyway, that's on the bottom, and I also have a couple more strips on the bottom too. You can never have too much duct tape. Okay, so let's look at the little box. It's made out of aluminum, and I got it on eBay. They're like $38, $58. They come out of the UK. That's shipped. So if you want one, they're called the Highlander Aluminum Waterproof Survival Army Camping Bushcraft 10 Kit Set. Okay, so just remember Highlander Aluminum Waterproof, and you should be able to pull that up if you do a search. But they're like $38 shipped, and of course if you know anything about shipping from the UK is like 25 bucks. So they're actually, if you're buying just the kit, it's not that expensive. Okay, it has a little rubber O-ring in here. Now let's talk about this container. This is aluminum. You can actually hold this, suspend this over the fire, and you can boil water in this. This is what I like about it, other than it being waterproof. This O-ring will lift out, and so you can clean it or dry it or whatever you need to do. But it's another container. Basically, you can boil water. Granted, it's not a whole lot of water, but it is water. Okay, the first thing that I have is a pair of Gerber nail clippers, and these things are just awesome. If I can remember how they work. There they are. I haven't seen any since I bought this pair. It's just got a pair of nail clippers that flips in there. Of course, it has a little blade and also a fingernail file. There's nothing worse in the bush than having a hangnail or a broke nail that you need to clean up that causes you pain. So I carry a pair of clippers. They're just handy for a lot of things. Some moleskin in case I start getting blisters. A little sewing kit. I have spider wire and also some artificial sinew with some needles and things in there for a repair kit. Of course, the band-aids. I've got a couple of band-aids. I've got some Quick Clot, burn cream, triple antibiotic, so it's kind of like a mini first aid kit. Super glue, I mean that's another first aid item or a repair item. Have a pen, a small pen. We'll go through this. This is a fire kit. That is another Ranger band. You've seen this if you've seen any of my videos on kits. And so you've seen this. And it has another Ranger band around it. This is pretty much waterproof. And I'll demonstrate that in a minute. We're going to test how waterproof this is in a minute. So stick with me. A little SAK. I don't know which one this is. I think it may be the small Trekker. But it has the reamer or the awl. Has also a saw. I like this style of SAK best because I like the reamer. It can do all kinds of little things for your kit. Has a small blade and also a large blade. Seen some use there. Of course, the standard can opener and bottle opener. And I've sharpened this large screwdriver to a chisel. It will. Now I wish this blade would lock, but it doesn't. If I can find some wood here, so it just. So this is my kind of like a craft knife, if you will, for carving and things like that. Of course, this is a woods kit, and I'm pretty much 99.9% of the time I have another knife with me, and it's usually a belt knife of some type. Have the S needle. This is the best needle that I've found for sewing leather. Now, if you're going to use 8 or 9 ounce leather, then you might want to get something different or an awl or something to at least get the needle started. But sewing light leather, like the 3 and 4 ounce leather, this thing is just awesome. So, of course, I have a Bic lighter, a mini Bic, a compass for general direction, a little Falkenhaven DC3 for maintaining some tools, and a little sliver of fat wood or rich lighter pine or whatever you want to call it. And here, this is a fire kit, and it has a piece of inner tube, which once you get this thing going, it will burn forever. So I mean, if you have wet woods, cut you off a little piece of this, stick it under some wet tinder, and it will dry it out before it goes out. A couple of pieces of flint. Of course, flint in my area is very scarce. Even quartz is scarce. So you need to have some type of rock with you. Flint and steel. This is a magnifying glass. This is just the magnifying glass that comes from the Pathfinder school. I got a little piece of char there, and the magnifying glass is in that little Velcro velveteen pouch there. Some tinder, some cotton. Have another ferro rod and some I don't know which one this is to light my fire or something, but this is extended fire. You can also scrape this and get the fibers up, and a ferro rod will light it very easily. That is what's in my kit. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way. I don't want to get any of this stuff wet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test this out. We're going to test the fire kit out too as well. I want to make sure, in theory, it should be watertight as well. But we're going to we're going to test that. Okay. So what I want to do is take something that's going to indicate whether it gets wet or not. Cotton towel or paper towel. Put it, move this down. Put it in the kit. And first, I'm going to test it just like that, because that is the claim to fame. That's a little loose right there. Well, let's try it and see. Okay? So that's the claim to fame that says that it's waterproof. So we're going to test it. Got some water here. Stick it in the water. Turn it over. I would say that that is pretty much waterproof. Well, no, it's not. That is not waterproof. Alright, let's try something else. Let's put my little Ranger band around it again. And see if maybe the lid's not fastening tight enough. We may need to adjust these little clips here. Oh, it looks really loose. Let's adjust that. It's tighter. Okay, let's see how that works. Well, it's a little damp, but it was probably already in there, so that worked. So what I would recommend is putting some type of Ranger band around it to hold that lid down tight. These little clamps are just not quite tight enough on the lid, and also the middle of it bulges out as well. So if you can adjust these clamps and then put your Ranger band in the middle of it, it is a fairly resistant waterproof kit. Okay, so let's test out this little fire kit here. Okay, so you just wrap the Ranger band around there and make sure that you get all the way around it. Okay. Now this is a tin, so I mean you can make char cloth with this and whatever you need to do. I usually also have a bandana in my pocket, a cotton bandana, so after you get the first fire you can make char cloth for the next fires. I would say that that is watertight. No water whatsoever. Just what was on my hands. Bone dry. So that is, at least the fire kit inside that kit is, I would say that was watertight, because that didn't get wet at all. Well, I appreciate you guys joining me for this and demonstrating this little kit. We should all have some type of kit. I even have one that I carry to town with me. I have another one of these that, and maybe one day I'll show it, but basically it's pretty much the same items. It's just a little stored a little different. I have a BHK tree frog in my town kit, because I can't carry a belt knife, or I could, but I choose not to in town. And that tree frog folds up into a 4-inch knife that fits in there very well. And it's almost as good as a fixed blade knife when you put the pins in it. So it's a very good knife, very good concept from BHK. I was very impressed with it. So anyway, thanks for joining me on this kit talk, and get in the backyard, build your own kit, and whittle on a stick and all that good stuff with a knife, and have fun and enjoy this great outdoors. And if you do, take a child with you, teach that child how to do and all these things that we enjoy doing. And do take plenty of Band-Aids and lots of knives. We'll catch you again soon.